Hello, everybody. It's Dave Neal, stand-up comic, and we have a Vanderpump Rules recap to get to right now. Last night was the second to last episode of Vanderpump Rules, and we've got Katie Maloney's brother roasting Raquel, calls her a garbage human on Twitter afterwards, so the fight is spilling into the streets. We're going to get into this storyline. Follow me on Instagram at DNeals for stand-up show updates. I'll be in Nashville, New York City, and maybe even Seattle end of the summer, so lots of shows coming up. I'll post those dates on my Instagram right there. And also, don't forget, every day we've got a live behind-the-scenes Patreon live stream. Patreon.com/Dave Neal. Go check that out. And every afternoon, the hit podcast, Bachelor Rush Hour. We have unique entertainment news content for your rush hour drive home every afternoon. Link in the comment section below. Okay, so Katie's brother gets into the mix. Katie's mom actually responds too and says that Katie's brother was trying to defend Katie, although they never showed that on the edit. So we're going to get into this. It's the fight that happened last night. So they had a premiere at a sandwich shop. I'm sorry. They premiered their sandwich at the bar. Does any of this make sense? The Katie and Ariana are opening a sandwich shop, and they brought the beef to the party here. I don't know why they decided to have a sandwich shop preview. They were just handing out sandwiches to their friends. They should have just given them to the homeless. You know what I mean? There's too much drama happening to enjoy a good sandwich. You ever try to enjoy a sandwich and then drama happens and you're like, this sandwich is no longer good? So Katie's mom tries to chime in and help out. It's the old Katie's upset that Schwartz kissed Raquel argument. Nothing's been resolved all season long. Somehow we're still not talking that much about the Scandoval. So Katie's mom chimes in, and then Rachel goes, oh God. And then all hell breaks loose. How dare you disrespect Katie's mom like that? Scandoval even steps in to defend Raquel and goes, hey, come on, you guys are divorced. And of course, Katie goes, I haven't signed the papers, which isn't really a good excuse because clearly they're moved on. She's dating the guy who looks like Kenny G, had a love child with Weird Al Yankovic. And either way, I think it's silly. Look, I think what Tom Schwartz did was a violation of Katie's trust because they agreed not to date within their friend group, but I don't know if it needs a full season arc storyline. You know what I mean? Either way, we know Raquel is I don't want to call her a garbage human. Well, we can at least call her a mistress. That's a delicate way to put it. So anything she says about, I'm this, I'm that, it's like, no, you're a two-faced liar is what you are, right? I mean, that's what she is. So Katie says, focus on your own girlfriend to Tom Scandoval. And he's like, well, that's a whole different issue. Katie walks away and points at Schwartz and says, I'm done. And then he goes, what? Why is she done with me? I didn't do anything. He wasn't even part of the fight. But of course he kissed. He did the thing. So Lala says Katie sees red, and then Katie and Schwartz have a private one-on-one outside. That's where it takes us to right here. Then Raquel walks in and says, sorry to interrupt. And Katie's like, I'm going to have to diffuse this situation. And by the way, as I'm watching this whole fight go down, they do it in front of a rack of propane tanks. And part of me wanted, and this is going to sound kind of weird, the tanks to blow up. Now, I don't want any human carnage or any destruction, but part of me, like watching this, felt like the movie Final Destination, where I was like, someone's going to light up a cigarette and kapooey, the whole thing's going to go. And it'll, how do you solve the storyline? Just blow up the whole city block at this point. That's just a thought I had. I wouldn't want that in real life. Just a thought there. Dave, how come you want destruction? Well, clearly we already see the bombs going off within their minds. And now we're just going to actualize that. Raquel tells Katie that she was hurt that he made out with that. Raquel's like, look, you're just upset that Tom made out with somebody, and you're even more upset that he made out with me. And then Katie's like, yeah, that's exactly it. Schwartz tells Katie him and Raquel are buddies, which of course no one wants to be told they're buddies. They're leaning against the crate of natural gas, so we already got that. And yeah, so the whole fight blows up. It's a whole disaster. Katie rips the little effing C-word Raquel Levis. I don't know. Is this good TV to watch? Is my brain getting rotted? This is my first time watching this season, and I'm not really sure if this is a good thing or a bad thing. So either way, Katie branded Raquel the little effing C word right there, and the insult came after Raquel disrespected Maloney's mother, Terry. I don't know how disrespecting from what we saw. Raquel just goes, oh God. Now, yeah, it's disrespectful, but she didn't throw a drink in her face or something. It's actually funny because to me, you get to see everyone on the show treat each other so horribly. And then the most, I don't want to call it innocuous, but the most subtle dig at the mom. And everyone's like, how dare you do this? Which I get it. It's a mom. I don't know how I would react. No one messes with a mom either way. So there she was. The mom entered the fray, and Raquel took another loss there. Anyway, so that's what we've got. Now, here's what Joey said. This is Katie's brother. And what's interesting about Joey, let's go to this clip here, is that he actually, on his bio, you can see he works for the WWE, which of course is fake wrestling. Now, it's real in the sense they're hurting each other, but it's fake in the sense that it's scripted, which kind of feels like reality TV. Wrestling is just like reality TV. So different job, but I'm sure Joey and his sister Katie have a lot to talk about behind the scenes. He said this might be the only time I use the hashtag at the end here, Pump Rules, but had to speak up about these garbage humans. You act tough and talk to my mom and my sister like that when you are on camera, but you would never dare do that when your ego wasn't being boosted. So of course that's, seeing all the confessionals about how brazen people are and how they talk, and they never do it to someone's face. And then we have Joey's mom and Katie's mom responding down here. Thank you so much, Joey, for all your love and support. It was not shown in tonight's episode, but you step in and defended me upon Scandoval's vitriol attacks. Not only one time, but 3 times. And what's interesting, as Tom Sandoval has kind of said, I don't know, have we ever had a therapist come onto the show and actually talk to them? But what I think Ariana, or was it Ariana or Raquel, was saying, Tom Sandoval acts loud in the center of attention because he feels like he isn't being heard. And the thing with that is that's so true, but it's also a problem with your inner child. Maybe Tom Sandoval wasn't the cool kid growing up. Maybe his friends, whatever it is. I don't know how many siblings he has, and he didn't get enough baked potatoes from the family. Whatever. You got to work on that, Tom. That's your issue. But of course, always has to be the center of attention, which leads to wanting to be the front man in a cover band. Which, hey, no shade at all. I'm a stand-up comedian. You don't think I want to be the center of attention myself? No shame at all. So Lala Kent speaks about the issues going down with Ariana and Tom Sandoval. And by the way, I'm pretty new to this story. I've only been covering it for the last month or so I'm just starting to figure these names out. Lala revealed that Ariana had a meltdown, causing a brief pause in filming when she raised concerns about Tom Sandoval during last week's episode. So as we know, Lala raised concerns that Tom Sandoval didn't go home right away when he found out that Ariana's grandfather had passed away. Do I have this right? And then he was clearly caught in a bold-faced lie. When this happened, production got shut down. Here's what Lala had to say. When I bring it up, Ariana gets furious to the point where production steps in because she says, I'm not doing this. Production always tries to do this to my relationship, Lala Kent said on the latest episode of her Give Them Lala podcast. She added, I want to say it was before Tom came in that cameras kind of went down because she was very upset that I was bringing this up. Very. The reality star even recalled stepping away as she told production to let her know when she could continue telling Ariana Maddox what she saw at the barbecue. She did say, Lala, you don't know mine and Tom's relationship. In all fairness, we never see you. But then after whatever happened, the cameras picked back up and we do the rest of the scene. Of course, this was the big moment that led to what is becoming Ariana, at least having enough suspicion to check Tom Sandoval's phone to find that there are sexual messages between him and Raquel, where we find out he has been cheating for, I don't know, at least 8 months or so. So that's where we stand, folks. Next week is going to be the finale. We will continue to be discussing this, as I'm sure there's going to be the finale, a reunion, and then a he said, she said, and then a podcast tour of everyone talking about it afterwards. It's a show that is printing money for the Bravo fan base and for the Bravo community, and it is not going away anytime soon. I'm going to be live at 9 a.m. Pacific time today on the Up and Adam YouTube channel, a very amazing YouTube channel. It's almost like what I do, but the Broadway version. You know, I'm more on Bachelor, Love is Blind. But hey, I'm telling you right now, I think I could be a Bravo boy. I think I could go over there and just be a Bravo boy and cover all those shows. But one at a time. We'll start with Vanderpump Rules, and we'll see if my brain doesn't rot as we discuss this. All right, like I said, follow me on Instagram, and don't forget, we'll be live on Patreon later on this morning on the 10:30 a.m. hour Pacific time to discuss more behind-the-scenes content of the channel. And every afternoon, Bachelor Rush Hour, the hit podcast. We'll have new content every afternoon on the podcast, putting together all of your entertainment news. All right, we'll be back right after this.